Shirt's too good.
Yeah. Fucking amateurs. Bunch of fucking amateurs. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What the fuck does this have to do with Nom? Cameron, you are. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to Band in the Van podcast. I'm Josh and this is Katie, and we're going to talk over each other for this whole episode.
And we're out of the van. We're out of our minds.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Why?
I don't know. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Josh.
This is not good.
No? Okay.
No, it's fine, but I can't. Now we're on this laughing trip now. This intro thing.
I spilled something on my shirt.
We opened up Pandora's box last episode with the giggles. And now we can't stop.
Pandora's a whore. Little box? Big box?
What? She's opening up her box all the time.
Yeah, Pandora's box is always open. Fucking stuff.
Okay. That's the intro.
Yeah, right? All right, we're going to get to it.
So let's get to it.
For fuck's sake.
With all that, you could cut and get something going.
Yeah, that's fine. That's close enough. Hello and welcome to episode 18, everybody. I'm Josh.
And I'm Katie, and we're Fresh Breath.
We're the Band in the Van, and this is the Band in the Van podcast, where we are not in the van right now.
Out of the van.
There are no celebrity judges here.
None.
There are no mediocre not celebrity judges here.
No.
And
there's no Goo Goo Doll appearance.
no, there's no appearance by the Trues, the Boos.
No, I mean, I want them to appear, but they're not here.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, don't boo the Trues.
No.
You know, like, if you boo the Trues...
We already shamed the Tragically Hip last episode.
Oh, my God. I mean, don't boo the Trues or the Goose, all right?
Okay.
All right? So, Trues and Boos and Goo Goo Dolls.
We can't get through an intro.
I'm done trying. Okay, the next episode's coming up. We talk about how grateful we are about the band that we play in.
We talk about the Road to Revelry experience we had last night.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to it.
So let's get to it.
Band
in the band
podcast. Cameron, you are. Look, I'm sweating through the shirt already. Or is that just beer spill?
It might be beer.
Oh, whatever. Oh, yeah, that's a good way to do that.
I don't know. Things are going well, San Diego.
Okay, well, welcome everybody to episode 18. We are in the house again because we were on the road last night just for a quick stop at Chemical Valley Way in Sarnia. Road to Revel. Wrong. We didn't win. But yeah, so we didn't move on.
Continue to the next
No,
stage.
we didn't. And so we're just chalking it up as the judges were wrong. And it's going to be fine. No, I'm just kidding.
It was a beauty contest. They weren't even listening to the music. Boom!
The thing is about, kind of. The thing is about anything that's being judged, especially music. Yeah, timer started.
Got it.
Okay. The thing about...
We jumped right in.
We did. There's things to talk about. So the thing about music is it's not supposed to be a competition. Mm-hmm. And B, anything that's left up to judging is all people's perspective and opinion.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
Like your opinion, man.
So just relax, all right? Calmer than you are.
Calmer than you are.
But
But we did have a great time. We had a great set. and
Yeah.
the band played awesome, and
They did play
there was,
really well.
There was 5 bands, and everybody had like 15 minutes to change over, so it was a super tight night. But that being said, I mean, we handled it, I thought, like pros. Everybody showed up with their A game, and
Yeah, played well.
We had a great night.
Yeah, it was fun, and like I said, like you can't take anything personally when it comes to judging an art form, because we played our set, we played it really, really well, and we just weren't what the judges were looking for that night, and it is what it is. So congratulations to the winners.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this with a grain of salt, and moving forward,
Yeah,
we're just
gonna keep doing Fresh Breath, man.
yeah, we're in the business of fresh breath. We're not in the music business. We're in the business of fresh breath.
So there,
Bro.
but the night kind of made us reflect a little bit, and we really wanted to tell you guys about what was going on with our band members, and some little tidbits of information that we thought we would share with you guys to let you know how awesome our team is, our band. These guys are like absolute professionals, and the
Consummate
fact that
professionals.
They dedicate their time to our music and show up to things like Road to Revelry with us and do those kinds of things, even though they've done them many of times and with other bands, and they've, you know, definitely paid their dues in so many ways.
Yeah.
But they still chose to come out and to do these things with us, which is amazing. And we really love them. So
instead of bitching about technically not winning, losing, whatever,
It was a beauty contest. They weren't even listening to the music. Boom!
I decided to flip the script and just express to you guys how grateful we are to the people that we play with and their dedication to
the craft
us
and our
music. So like when we'll go down the list. So John, if you're watching or listening, John, our drummer John is a consummate professional. I tell him all the time. He's always prepared. He cares about the songs, he cares about the material, he cares about being prepared, and he just cares about our music. And you can't get a better bandmate than somebody who actually cares and wants to participate.
Right. And like, I can't tell you how important it is for a drummer to, you know, obviously you don't want to take yourselves too seriously, but you do have to take it seriously that you are in charge of holding the time down and knowing the BPMs of the songs and where you're supposed to be at, and keeping everybody together.
Keeping us in check.
These are like basic things that you should be doing as a drummer, but it's like for him, it's like this obviously in the bag, right? It's a given, and not every drummer's like that. So thank you, John, for being that in our group. And also he's killer at harmonies, and he's always pushing us to make sure that we're hitting like whatever we can with harmonies, 3-point harmonies. We all sing. There's 5 mics, which is great.
It's a lot going on,
and a lot of that I feel like is because John pushes us to do that. So that's great, and I think it sounds amazing.
Yes. Now Brett is our producer. I'm sure everybody that watches this knows Brett, and if you don't know Brett, he owns Sound Foundry Studios in Kingsville. And we'll leave links in the description to the businesses and the other pages of the band members that we have.
And
John has a podcast, and Ken also has one that he just started up to.
Gun for other bands and plays drums for other bands too. So
but and a shout out to Brett. He's 10 times the guitar player that I am, but he allows me to take that role because this is our band, and I'm appreciative of that. And he takes on the role in the band of just putting the icing on the cake. So the synth stuff, or the small like production guitar parts that you hear in the recording that make the songs as listenable and great as they turn out, is because of the icing on the cake that Brett does.
He does the sparkle and the shine.
Yeah, and so like his addition to the band and what he does, again, is immeasurable just to filling out the sound. So super grateful to that. And
he's a 25-year professional sound engineer with his studio, and he has a lot on his plate as well. And he's got, you know, a lot of projects that he's involved with. And the fact that he took the time to, again, takes the time over and over again to play music with us we really appreciate that.
Yeah. And moving on to Ken the Zen. I can't express the gratitude for him showing up to this past show. We talked to him this week and made sure that it was okay with him that we discussed this with you guys. But Ken was attacked by a dog on
this
Sunday
week.
this
Yeah.
week, and his only line of defense was his hands, and he was doing his best not to harm the dog and to allow the
Get
dog
out of the situation.
get out of the situation the best he could, and the only thing he could do was his hands. So we had rehearsal on Monday, and Monday morning we got a text message from him saying, like, I have bad news. Like, I was attacked Sunday night. Yeah. I was attacked by a dog. And we're like, oh, like, holy shit, like, what are you talking about? And then he told us the story, and he's like, he just got out of the hospital, and he's got puncture wounds all over both of his hands. Both hands. And like bass players
Swelling
are using
bruising and wounds.
Yeah, and he just got his wedding ring off before they had to cut it from the swelling. Like, that's an insane story. And the fact he came to rehearsal on Monday and couldn't play, but like soaked it up and like just was like being part of it and making sure he knew the changes and stuff like that. And then he didn't play guitar all week, just trying to heal, and then knew that he had a 30-minute set to play, and that's probably all he could do. And he showed up and he knocked it out of the park. And we didn't tell anybody that leading up, and because we didn't want to like dwell on it.
Or
We're just
draw attention to the...
Yeah, but like the fact that he did that for us and like wasn't like, guys, like I don't
want to do this, or like, I really like who would have blamed him if he was like, I can't use my hands.
Yeah, like
because he needs them in the future, so why is he gonna risk or like...
He played the set with, I'm going to go with 10 Band-Aids across his hands, that's too many Band-Aids on a hand to be playing bass. And knocked it out of the park.
He's so well rehearsed and seasoned that he's like, well, I can't play with a pick because I can't hold my pick, but I'm used to doing that because I've had to do this before, or I've had other injuries, or I've had other things happen where I've had to compromise on the road or on tour. And he's just the type of guy that will roll with the punches and always find a positive spin on situations. And mostly I just felt like he didn't even question the idea of letting us down, in the fact that, even it didn't even come to mind, right? He was just like, no, I'm going to do the show.
Yeah.
I might just be bleeding all over my guitar.
Yeah, which is like it's so rock and roll.
Yeah.
But I was just like, again, it's just
the type of energy that we're around when we were playing with our band, and the type of guys. We just wanted to share with you guys just how incredible they are and how grateful we are for them to be part of our group.
And to be going through all of this with us, and like, I don't know, it's like 2020, like hindsight is 2020, right? Like looking back, I'm like, did we need to do this? We kind of, I don't know, it's like the battle of the bands. It's like, I feel like sometimes you're just like, why are we going through this? But it's like, it really keeps your chops up, and you have to like be on point, and it's like the experience of being in a rock band in fast forward. It's like, you're in the green room, there's got to be the hang in the back, but then you got to be on top of your game. You got to warm up. You only have a few minutes.
Ready to change out with the band that's done, and you starting in 15 minutes. Like they have to get off the stage, and you have it's like, it's not enough time.
It's not enough time.
They actually did pretty good with
the
time.
Everybody stayed on time. The bands were pretty professional about their timing and getting set up on stage. And it's not easy. And like when you can do
sound check, it's like a line check and go. And you know how that goes.
And when you can do it and you can pull your set off even when the sound isn't the best, it's almost like it gives you confidence that when you have the time to do a proper sound check, you're going to nail it, because you can do it without even being able to hear yourself. So anyways, we just wanted to take the first little bit of this podcast to make sure that if you guys are listening, and for all of you that are watching, to know how grateful we are to the band that we have and the people that are invested in our music as much as we are. And shout out.
We're just really, trying to play as much as we can with them. And, this climate that we're in right now, the economy is just like, nobody has budgets for that kind of thing. And the scene sometimes feels lacking around here in various ways. And so we've tried to, we created our own thing with Barn on the Farm, and we play with Fresh Breath Band all the time with that. That's a huge outlet for us there. And, we feel really, really lucky to get on the Kingsville Music Festival this year in August with the band. So we're doing that, and there's lots of great things on the horizon for us, I think, and this was just another learning experience. I feel like we're always just trying to find the lesson in a lot of things like this, because it's like it allows you to see things in a different way, and as you
and
go
it
through
reminds you where you've come from too. Like, we've done these a million times, and like you've always, like, the one thing that I'm really like taking away from this is that I don't think I want to do anything like this ever again, just because music isn't supposed to be a competition. It's not supposed to pit bands against bands. That's just not what it is. It's supposed to be community. You're supposed to get shows together with other bands and help each other, and not try and like outdo one another for like 4 judges that you don't know what they're looking for.
Right.
So like, it's hard, like, because Ken and I were talking about this. He's like, it's hard to learn something from this when there's no feedback. You know, he's like, we didn't know what they were looking for, and then they picked another band to move on, and then they don't tell you why or what they're looking for. So it's like, there's really nothing to be learned, other than I know that I don't ever want to put ourselves in a position where we feel like we're in a competition with other artists.
Where we feel like we lost afterwards.
Yeah, like, you shouldn't feel, we played a great show and then we drove home feeling like we had somehow lost something. And that's just not why we are doing this. Like, I got into this so that nobody has control over what I'm doing. And that's why we're not in the music industry. We're in the fresh breath industry. We're going to continue doing what is the best for the band and for us. And of course, you have to like network and get within the people that are doing it themselves, but it's all separate entities that are trying to do their own thing, and we can help each other together, but it doesn't have to be under this cloak of the industry. You know what I mean? Like, just everybody's doing what's best for them, which means helping out other people, which helps out the general population of artists, you know?
For sure.
I don't know.
That's okay. I mean, again, hindsight's 20/20.
It is.
Once you kind of go through that again, and like we said, we've done Battle of the Bands in the past, and we've won some and we've lost some.
We've actually, we're batting 50% right now. So that's actually not bad, batting 500. And we're going to remain at batting 500 because we're never going to do that again. So, and I've just been trying to stay calm. That's why I've got my calmer new shirt on.
So Josh, the other day,
I just got out of the shower, so I'm like, I feel like I'm like sweating through it.
He loves this character in The Big Lebowski, and he always said,
fucking amateur.
Bunch of fucking amateurs.
Oh, you are. And we came across this t-shirt, of course, comes up as an ad on your phone the next day or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, I forget what site, but it was the t-shirt. And Josh's like, oh my God, I need this. But Josh, he never buys himself anything. So he's like, I don't need this, whatever. So a couple days later, of course, it comes up on my phone again. So I ordered it for him because I knew it would make him smile.
It did. It really made me smile today. We weren't going to shoot a podcast because I've just kind of been like a little bit, just kind of pissy and like trying to deal with my own emotions, knowing that I shouldn't be, knowing that I should be past this emotion for this type of thing that we're doing, you know? And like,
I wanted to open up for the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, but like, not even that. It's just a matter of like, I want to play with the band.
I just want to play.
I just want to play with the band. So we're like, any opportunity we get to play with our full band, we'll jump at. And then like afterwards, especially because we just played a great show, and like we went over in the beginning of this podcast, the people we're playing with, it's an absolute pleasure to play with these people. And they're just the salt of the earth.
They deserve the
win.
The win too.
Yeah, they deserve the win. And that's why it's like almost when it didn't happen, I was like, man, I'm like, they deserve, like, I don't even really care about like what we're doing. I just feel like everybody's putting in this effort, and it's like they deserve the win, but it's not a competition. So like, I don't know if other artists are out there watching this right now. If you're going to enter a Battle of the Bands type situation, just try not to get so like fixated on the outcome, just the output. You can only control the output. So like, we got together, there's our 15 minutes. We got together, we rehearsed, we went in, dialed in, we played a great set under very strenuous circumstances. And we came out, the winning situation is that we got to play a great show with some of the best people on the planet.
That's all we can control, and out there, right? So
Exactly.
and also I know you guys, a lot of you probably already follow some of our band members on Instagram and Facebook, but if you haven't already, go give them a follow. John Huff's podcast, the John Huff Podcast.
Yeah.
You can listen to it anywhere you listen to podcasts. He's on his like 187th episode or something like that.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
And it's great. And he's very articulate and well read, and listening to him, I always learn something new, and he's got a great podcast. So check him out, John Huff Podcast.
Ken the Zen has his wonderful, or the Whimsical World of Zen.
Yep.
He just started that, so
YouTube?
that's on YouTube. Look that up. We're going to leave links to the description. And then Brett's all over social media if you're looking for anything you need recorded.
Yep.
Or
Producer Brett Humber on Instagram, Sound Foundry Studios on Facebook for all your recording needs, or if you just have anything you're doing musically that you want input on and, you know, collab on. So yes, these guys have lots to check out. So please go support and follow them and show them some love.
Yeah, and be sure to follow along with us. We got more exciting stuff coming on where there are no judges. Cameron, you.
Just me and you.
Just me, you, and me. Out of key. All right, guys. Keep smiling. Cheers.
Cheers.